gotta fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, oh.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, and that's Nick. Beside me, people on Earl Sports Bets are probably thinking, what the heck is going on? What is this music? What is this background? I do my daily NHL show. Obviously, Nick does ESB daily as well. And there's 16 games tomorrow. So instead of us both doing separate shows, we decided to combine it into one and discuss all the NHL games for tomorrow's slate in one show, which is on both channels.
Yep.
Nick, welcome on. It's been a while since I've had you on. It's been mostly solo for me for a while, but how's things been going? I know ESB's been doing really well on the site for 2024.
It's been a good start to the new year, good first 12 days, so hopefully that continues. To the ESB people out there watching, this will take place of the ESB show tomorrow morning. Tim and I will be at the Syracuse UNC basketball game at noon, and I still wanted to talk about all 16 games. So I was going to do a show by myself tonight to break down the games, and Terry said he was going to do one, so I thought let's do it together. So this will be taking place of the ESB show tomorrow morning.
So, eyes are on your Wild, Terry. I know you're on the Wild puck line, aren't you, Isaac? So, hey, I hope you cash. Ew, why is Nick here? Well, because he's here. What's up, guys? How's it going, Luke? Terry and Nick fused to make Nary. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, how much you've had to drink, Isaacs, on this Friday night. But there you go. Any bets for tonight? Nick, do you want to quickly give out anything you want to give out for tonight?
Yeah, I'm on the Stars team total over 3.5 at -115, and I am on the full game over 6.5 at it was -110 when I bet it. And I'm currently staring down this Wild and Flyers game. It's 6 -1.5 -130 to the under. If this clicks to a 5.5, I will be taking the over in this Wild and Flyers game. So I'm waiting. I'm hoping that hits that number so I can go ahead and bet the over. But I'm only officially on the Stars team total and the full game over for the first game for the Stars game.
Awesome. I'm also on the over 6.5 in the Dallas game. I am on the Wild money line. You can watch my show for any if you want scripture why. But I'm also on the draw for the Wild game, and I'm on Mason Marchment to get a point, and also Tyler Seguin to get a goal, both in the Dallas game. Both have been on big streaks. So that's the action for tonight. Salute Terry and Nick. Hello, Kev. Isles and Wild both play tomorrow because everyone plays tomorrow. So we'll be discussing everyone. I smashed the likes. Let's go Stars. Thank you, Richie, as always. And well, no recap to do for tonight because tonight has obviously not started yet. I will take Nick out and I will do my breakdown and then bring Nick back in. So we will do that here and discuss the first game, which is between the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals here. Rangers -159 to -165. Washington +136 to +140. Sixes, there are 5.5s available in this game. When it comes to goaltenders here for this one, it does sound like we are going to have Charlie Lindgren returning to the net for Washington. No one is confirmed for the New York Rangers. These two teams face each other again on Sunday. So it could be quick. It could be Shesterkin. Really, who knows? Especially with goalies. We might get surprises tomorrow. Rangers 2-4-1 in their last 7. Washington 2-5-2 in their last 9. Both teams trending towards the over. 8-1-2 to a total of 6 for the Rangers. 4-2-2 to a total of 6 for the Capitals. Rangers 5-3 in the last 8 meetings. 3 of the last 5 have gone over 6.5. And I'm on Artemi Panarin anytime goal plus 125 in this game. Panarin has a goal in 6 of his last 8 games, did not get one in the last game. The reason why I am doing this is because, as I said, Panarin's been on a roll. This past history and these teams recently are trending towards the over. Why am I not pulling the trigger on that? Because when I bet sides and totals, and I know it might sound crazy, but Saturday 1 p.m. games, the brunch games, I get destroyed when I bet sides or total. So I lean with the over here, but I'm not betting it because lots of games on the slate today. I will take Panarin anytime goal here in this one. Looking at other player props, for the Capitals, Ovechkin has a point in 6 straight, but he might not play tomorrow. He through the weather or he is dealing with something. Max Pacioretty has a point in 2 straight games for the Capitals. Chris Kreider, a point in 9 of his last 11. Trocheck and Panarin both have points in 6 of their last 8 games. Panarin has at least 3 shots on goal in 9 of his last 10. And Mika Zibanejad has a point in 12 of 14, but he also may not play tomorrow. So there are injuries on every team right now. It's that type of season where maybe people are sick as well, but there are question marks all across the NHL board for tomorrow. I like Panarin anytime goal. Nick, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, this is a kind of a tricky one to start with here. I like that Lindgren is back for the Capitals. He is somebody that if I want to back the Capitals, I kind of need Lindgren in net the way that he's been playing this season. Especially when you're comparing what he's done and what Darcy Kemper has done this year. I mean, Charlie Lindgren has a 928 save percentage, 2 shutouts, a 2.27 goals allowed average, 9-3-3. So the Capitals have had some pretty decent success with him between the pipes. At the plus 140 number, which is where I'm seeing plus 135, plus 140 range. I'm interested in Washington as a home dog in this game to start off the slate tomorrow. These two teams just played on December the 27th, so a little over a couple weeks ago, and the Rangers won that one 5-1. Previous to that, the Capitals won 4-0. So both these games that they've played this year have gone under 6.5. Obviously, this is a 6 total, and we're seeing 5.5s pop up. And also one thing got to keep in mind when I'm breaking down these games right now, the book I bet on has not posted any lines yet. I'm looking on other books' lines, so this may be different to when my book posts a line. But if it's a 6, I'm kind of leaning under in this game with Lindgren and Shesterkin in this spot. But for me, when I look a little bit deeper into this game, I'm kind of thinking Washington as a nice little plus money dog. And so in this one to start, I also want to see what Ovechkin's status is. And Zibanejad, Ovechkin has been playing better as of late, but am I crazy? I think losing him is not that big of a deal just because of how inconsistent he's been this season. Zibanejad, I think it would be the bigger loss between the two, obviously. I'm interested in the dog price here with Washington if I had to go with anything at the moment.
All right. Yeah, the Rangers, I don't know. It's all teams have their downturns, like the LA Kings right now. All teams, Winnipeg really hasn't had one, but I don't know. Vancouver's had a little bit of slow times as well, so it really happens to everyone. Any plays I take tomorrow is not against yours, Nary, which I'm assuming he means Nick and Terry. I'm sure you're against us on a lot because I'm sure me and Nick are against each other on things. So, hey, no one's going to agree, especially on a 16-game NHL slate. There's going to be disagreement everywhere. Can both teams lose? Asks Tim. No, and it doesn't really matter to the Sabres, I don't think.
These are both Met teams, so I don't know how much that really matters.
Both teams are playing, and they're both more chance of making the playoffs than the Sabres. Both teams are playing each other literally back-to-back, really want to pass. Sometimes it's nice having the back-to-back quickly, but other times it's not. Well, for Minnesota, it hasn't been nice, that's for sure. I don't know about other teams, but it really feels like a sweep for one team. Hey, everyone says take the team that loses game 1, but it's not always the case. So, AKA Rangers win both. All right.
I don't
Robert
trust the Rangers.
Rangers minus 1.5. Shesterkin loves playing the Capitals despite being Shesterkin. I do like Rangers minus 1.5 tomorrow, and the Regs win in reg/overtime on Sunday, if anything. All right, I haven't looked at Shesterkin's numbers against the Caps, but maybe I'll have to look at that. Caps don't like brunch, though. Oh, there you go. There you go. They're not familiar with the brunch spot. Regs Caps feels like Jets Wild back-to-back brunch. BS. We will see. We will see. Taking a look here at the next game.
Real quick, he mentioned Shesterkin's numbers against the Capitals. I looked him up. He's 7-4-0 in 11 games with a 2.74 goals allowed, average of 913 save percentage. He mentioned something about his career against the Capitals. He's been okay against them.
Okay, awesome. Going along to the second game, which is between the Vancouver Canucks and the Buffalo Sabres. Vancouver minus 135 to minus 150. Buffalo Sabres plus 114 to plus 131. Sevens right across the board here in this one. There is a 6.5 at FanDuel, minus 144 if you wanted the over 6.5 in this game. No goaltenders confirmed here for this one. Obviously, we're not going to have a lot of confirmed goaltenders for tomorrow yet. The Canucks 12-2-2 in their last 16, continue to roll on this road trip they're on. 9 of their last 11 games have gone over 6.5. Buffalo 5-3-1 their last 9, starting to turn it on a little bit. 6 of their last 10 games have gone over 6.5. Both teams trending towards the over. I really wish it was a 6.5, not a 7. But Vancouver 4-2-1 in the last 7 meetings. 6 games with a total of 6, 1 over, 1 under, 1 push. So I guess that would be, I don't know what it would be with a total of 7. But both of these teams have been trending towards the over right now and in the past. Looking at player props, Quinn Hughes has a point in 8 of his last 10. Elias Pettersson, coming off a 4-point game, has a point in 8 of his last 11. JT Miller has a point in 7 of his last 9. And nobody's really standing out for the Buffalo Sabres. Tim, sorry, close your ears. For me, it's the Canucks puck line, plus 165. I like the Canucks to continue just to keep rolling. This team, yes, last game went to overtime against Pittsburgh, but I'm sure Nick will tell you Pittsburgh has been playing really well, and their advanced numbers have been really well. So are really good. So Vancouver ran into a tough spot there. The Sabres team, guess they won back-to-back games last week, I believe. But before that, they were not winning back-to-back games. Probably feeling pretty good coming off their win against Ottawa. Now they have to face this Canucks team, which is a lot different than Ottawa. I'm sure we can all agree that the Canucks and the Senators are completely different teams. Nick, what do you think here? Canucks and Sabres.
Yeah, this one's kind of tricky because what did you say the money line was? 140, 145 range now for the Vancouver Canucks?
Yeah, minus 135 to minus 150.
At 135, now I need to see what the number is when it's released. If I get 135, 140 range, I might take a shot at the Canucks minus 1 in this game. Depends on what that line is there. I have this game projected for the Canucks around 155, 160. I'm expecting Demko and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. They might go back to Levi. That's also something I want to keep an eye out for. Demko, I think Demko's the reason why my Canucks games always grade out really well for unders, because he's one of the better goaltenders, and he's actually looked semi-human recently, which is the big problem why those games are just going way over, and I'm projecting them as unders because Demko's not been what he's been playing below average compared to his season stats so far. And I do project this game as an under. Do I want to trust the Sabres in UPL or Levi for an under right now? No. Do I want to trust the Sabres after a win? No. So if this game drops as a minus 135, minus 140 range for the Canucks, I'll probably take a shot here. with the Canucks at -1. I think if there's any game to be wary of in the road trip for Vancouver, this is going to sound weird. It's the next game against Columbus just because it's the last game of that road trip. And, sometimes after a long, successful road trip where they lost their first game in St. Louis, but they've rattled off wins against New Jersey, New York, and Pittsburgh. So if they beat Buffalo tomorrow, that could be a Columbus spot where maybe they're the last game of a very successful road trip and they want to just go home or things along those lines. Maybe that's the spot to look to fade Vancouver. I just don't think this is the spot. So I'll probably look towards Vancouver -1 if they give me a reasonable price, or if it's -135, maybe just take a money line.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going for the plus money, and I'm going to be doing that quite a bit on this show, going for the plus money. I do have, I know it's not condoned on Earl Sports Bets, but I do have a parlay at the end of the show, so stay tuned to that. Obviously, with 16 games, I had to throw in a little parlay there, and I may be going on a lot of puck lines, but we'll see what I do with my parlay as a little bit of insurance, I think, in case some of these puck lines don't get there. The Canucks Sabres is definitely a trap game in a way that if I take the Nucks -1.5, they'll win in overtime. Likewise, I want to take the Sabres. All right. Tim says Canucks money line, Sabres don't win 2 in a row, and it's a lock. Interesting.
Oh,
Shocking that Tim would say that.
Yeah, all right.
Richie says over. I like the over. I just don't like that it's a 7. I don't.
Yeah, no.
I really.
It's a 7. I might take a shot.
Yeah,
at the under.
7s everywhere. So
at 7, I'll be more interested in the under.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the under. Me and Nick have been going, like, when it comes to Vancouver totals, we've been against each other, and I'm not interested in the under, but I don't want the 7. I really wish it was 6.5, but the books are catching on. They're catching on. Robert says Canucks puck line, Miller over 1.5 points, Pettersson over 1.5 points, and Besser goal. I can see that. Appreciate your hard work. Thank you, says Creekman. No problem. I don't know if you're talking to me or Nick or both of us, but no problem. DeSmith also has a winning record against the Sabres. So former Penguin versus Sabres. This truly feels an overtime spot legit.
I'll pump the brakes if it's not Demko on the Canucks. I want Demko if I'm going to be laying this number on the road.
Yeah, I'm fine with whoever starts in goal for my puck line. The way the Canucks have been playing, just in case the Canucks decide to just start DeSmith. Do the Canucks play on Sunday? Let's take a look at
Sunday's 2 games, and it is Capitals, Rangers again, and it's Leafs and Wings.
Okay, so Canucks do not play. Canucks do not play tomorrow, so I don't, or Sunday. So I think it should be Demko. If anyone for Buffalo scores, I'll look for JJ Peterka. I can see that. But yeah, the Sabres, the top Tage Thompson was doing really well. Skinner was doing, but now Skinner's out. He's out long term. So yeah,
I think they said week to week for him.
Oh, okay, week to week. The reason why I feel this game is going to be the way as I explained is possible because of DeSmith. I don't think he starts. I don't. Terry joined the dark side and going for the plus money. Ooh. Partly because, and you know what? I should have. The Kraken were -110 when they were facing Washington, and I should have taken the puck line at a nice big plus price. But because the money line was -110, I just took the money line. Now today, I'm kind of being priced towards taking puck lines, but that's okay. Creekman likes the over. Awesome. Sabres were in their goat heads yesterday, and it was magical. There you go. So they're probably not going to wear them again. But who knows? Both. So he is giving us both credit, or appreciating both of our hard work. Thanks, Creekman. But we'll jump on to the third game of the slate here, which I know Nick is going to have a little bit more to say than I do. But we have the San Jose Sharks heading to Ottawa here. San Jose +180 to +200. Ottawa -225 to -245. 6.5s right across the board in this game. I don't believe we have any confirmed goaltenders here for this game. No confirmed goaltenders. Supposed to be Blackwood against Forsberg, but that's incorrect because Forsberg got hurt today. So he will not be in net. Ottawa, like other teams, going through injuries right now. San Jose, 1-12 in their last 13 games. 6 of their last 8 games have gone under 6.5, so trending towards the under recently. Ottawa, 3-12 in their last 14. They've lost 10 of their last 12 games by multiple goals. They've been getting blown out and just looking awful, the Senators. 9 of their last 13 have gone over. So Senators are trending much towards the over, Sharks much towards the under. What's happened in previous meetings? Well, the Sharks have won 3 of the last 4 previous meetings between the teams. 3 of the last 6 have gone over 6.5. So not much there with the total. For me, nothing with player props. No single plays in this game. However, I will bring the odds back up here. We're seeing San Jose plus 1.5 at minus 115, minus 120. And I'm thinking that I might take the Sharks plus 1.5, minus 115. I think that's a great price. Maybe I don't have the balls to take the Sharks plus 200, but one thing I know for sure is that the Ottawa Senators should not be minus 235, minus 250 right now, or minus 225 to minus 245. So the books are not pricing the Senators correctly here. But I just don't know if San Jose wins back-to-back games. They beat Montreal. Do they beat Ottawa here? It's very possible. So I lean towards the plus 1.5, may end up getting to the money line. I don't know in this game, but I feel like with all the games on Saturday's slate, I should pass this one. Nick, Sharks and Senators, I'm sure you're not going to pass on this game.
Oh, love me a good old bum fight, don't you? No, yeah, and for me, this was actually, I think, simpler than I thought it was going to be. Because for the last 5 games that the Ottawa Senators have played, I've bet against them. The only one I didn't when I was kind of priced out of range with the Oilers when they played them. But I had Vancouver on the 2nd against them. I had the Kraken on the 4th. I had the Flames on the 9th, and I had the Sabres yesterday. I've been just betting against this Ottawa Senators team. Maybe they just needed to return home, which is this is their first game back after this is going to be their first game in Ottawa in 2024. The last time they played a home game, they won 5-1 against the Buffalo Sabres. They had that short little 2-game home stretch after Jacques Martin became the head coach. Maybe this is the time where they can start to improve themselves a little bit defensively when they have more time at home here coming back from the road trip. But I mean, they only had really today to work on it, and I don't think that short turnaround will really help them. Maybe this is the right opponent for them to do it against. Obviously, San Jose is not good, and that's needless to say. But if this is Kaapo Kähkönen and Joonas Korpisalo, I think the goalie advantage goes to San Jose. Kähkönen's actually been slightly better. Korpisalo has been terrible, and so is Forsberg. I didn't really think it mattered who was in net because both those guys grade out around 1.15 on my goalie ratings, which is really high. When average goaltenders are a 1 and below above average goaltenders are below a 1 rating. I want the Sharks in this game, and I want them at plus 200. Like I think the Sharks, this is just way too wide of a line, and I understand the puck line. Just for me, I don't really take puck lines like that. I don't like taking dogs and big dogs and making them pick'ems or favorites. So that's why I just go with money lines instead. I'm going to be on the Sharks money line in this game. I'm going to look to continue to bet against Ottawa until given a reason not to. I've made so much money betting against them so far, and maybe this is not the greatest spot to fade Ottawa, but at this price tag, I absolutely have to. So I'm going to be on the Sharks here. I'll probably get plus 200 or so in that range once it's released on my book, but I will be on the Sharks.
Awesome. I lean that way. And yeah, it's never a good spot to come back from a long road trip. The first game home from a long road trip is never usually a good spot. Now, Florida, who a team we'll talk about later, was able to overcome that. But not all teams can. The Senators will.
They will turn
I'm
it around.
totally blanking. They'll be getting Shane Pinto back off
Mm.
his suspension for betting on games. From what I believe, it was not hot NHL games he was betting on. I think it was another sport, but he still got suspended like 50 some odd games. So he is back. And, you know, I don't have any player props for tomorrow's game, but might be sprinkling
Shane
a little
Pinto?
bit on Shane Pinto because I just have this feeling like he's going to come back here and he's going to have a great game in his first game back after everything that happened with the suspension. So probably may have something with Shane Pinto here, but as of now, nothing. Lima Sharks plus 1.5. Lima Sharks money line. Nick's going to be on the money line, and we'll see how this line moves too, because it's probably will end up moving. Addison says probably sprinkle Sharks. Yeah, and nothing wrong with going small too. On the
No,
Sharks
this could
money
be
line.
a small play for people not confident in it. It'll be a full unit.
Yeah, you don't have to put a full unit. You could always go a half unit at plus 200. So plus 1-800 potentially, yeah, but
two last
still
place teams.
tempted. Yeah. Still tempted anyway. Richie says pass.
It's like a car crash. You just can't help but look at it, right?
I guess Richie says pass, but hey, nothing wrong with that either. Might be the way to go. They seem to have turned it on a little bit. Heck with it. Money line on the Sharks. Like your call, Nick. There you go. Robert says over 6.5, the two worst penalty kills in the NHL. 63 cents. All right. And, you know, the Sharks did have a better penalty kill the last few years, despite being not very good. But yeah, I guess it's fallen off a cliff this year. Occupancy likes Sharks money line. Hey, big plus money. Who the F is betting on this game? Well,
I am.
There's like quite a few people are. What's up, fellas? New here. Good insight. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Make sure, obviously, to follow both channels, Earl Sports Bets and Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Make sure to follow both channels. Hi, Ice. Hi, Addison. IceX, where have you been? Evening, Scott. Terry, name one goalie on the Flames. Nick, name one goalie on the Predators. No looking.
UC Saros, Kevin Lankinen, Yaroslav Askarov. There's 3. You're welcome.
Dustin Wolf seemed to be traded.
I swear, Jacob Markstrom is going to be a hurricane. I swear. I'm telling you right now, he's either going to be a hurricane or a devil. There's your 2 spots.
He's probably getting traded.
Yeah.
He's probably getting traded. But yeah, Dan Vladar as well. I've been here, but working. Yes, IceX has been working, I guess, when my show's been on. So, but here for the evening Friday shows. Evening, brother. Covering face, laughing. What about the under? So when the total here, Sharks are hugely trending towards the under, but Senators are hugely trending towards the over. So
what's the total?
I don't know who's going to dictate pace in this game. And that's why I just have no. It is 6.5. Yeah.
I think it's spot on. I have it projected for 6.55.
Yeah. Minus 125 to minus 130 for the over, plus 118, plus 110 for the under. So could get some nice plus money for the under 6.5. Bring him to Carolina. Markstrom. Yeah. Owen is obviously a Carolina fan, so he would love Markstrom to go there.
It's better than
Ronson. Not taking questions from here. We're taking questions.
We are
taking them. Bruins will sign Elite Markstrom. IceX, I know you're a Bruins fan, but the Bruins don't really need a goaltender.
They don't need him. They have Swayman and Ullmark. I mean, and they have the young guy
hurt,
coming up.
Yeah. But even if Ullmark is hurt for a bit, they want to go after Markstrom because then you have 3
that's an investment going after Markstrom.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give up a bit. The Flames aren't just gonna give him away for free.
Like if Carolina trades for him, like what I'm saying, like Carolina, they would probably trade away a 1st-round pick, probably a 2nd-round pick, and someone like Martin Necas. Like that would probably be something like if someone like Martin Necas or Brady Shea or Jordan Stahl is going to be in that trade. they're going to have to give up an NHL ready player from Jacob Markstrom right now.
Yeah, because the Flames aren't throwing it in.
No.
But they believe in Wolf, obviously. They're willing to trade
Yeah.
Markstrom. Like I said before, Ronta needs to just retire. Yeah, I don't think you're alone in those thoughts.
No,
Way
he
too
needs to hang him up.
inconsistent.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I'll keep betting against him.
Yeah. We don't and there's times in baseball too where there's like where there's those pitchers where you automatically fade and then they
Wainwright, Greinke, Ronta's turning like that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we will move on to the next game because there's a million games on this slate. And our next game is the New Jersey Devils and the Florida Panthers. New Jersey plus 145 or plus 142 to plus 163. Florida minus 170 to minus 180. Home favorite 6.5s right across the board in this game. I don't believe we have confirmed goaltenders for this one. I know there's nobody confirmed here. Projected to be Borowski against Vitek Vanacek in this game. How these teams been doing recently? The Devils 5-2-1 in their last 8, coming off a overtime loss to Tampa Bay. 6-0-1 to a total of 6, so they've been trending over. Florida has won 9 straight games. They've covered the puck line in 6 of the 9 games. They've been trending more towards an under. What's happened in the past? Florida 5-1 in the last 6 meetings, so they've had success against the Devils recently. 6 over, 1 under, 3 pushes for a total of 6. Looking at this game, player props. Luke Hughes has a 0.5 of his last 7 games. I don't know if anyone's seen on Twitter, but he had a really, really bad defensive play that led to a goal where he tripped over absolutely nothing and passed the puck right to a Tampa Bay player who scored. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty sad. But looking for the Jesper Bratt has at least 3 shots in goal in 7 of his last 9. For the Panthers, Verhaeghe has a point 8 of his last 9 games. Kachuk has a point in 7 straight games, a goal in 5 straight. Sam Reinhart has at least 3 shots on goal in 10 straight games, and he also has a goal in 5 straight games. The Panthers are rolling right now, and give me them on the puck line, plus 143. And give me Sam Reinhart anytime goal plus 120 and Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal plus 155. Both players are shooting the puck right now. The Devils, while they are good offensively, they have trouble stopping the puck, and they're going to have to face this Florida Panthers offense, which wasn't as strong against the Kings in their last game, but I'm sure Nick will agree. The Kings defense / goaltending and the Devils defense and goaltending are quite different. So I like the Panthers in the puck line. Sam Reinhart anytime goal, Matthew Tkachuk anytime goal. Nick, what do you think here? The Devils and this Florida Panthers team.
Yeah, I'll say it again. I've said it before and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it as long as this streak keeps going and as long as the season keeps going. The Florida Panthers are the best team in hockey. I said this 3 weeks ago. And since then, they've basically won every game. And I'm going to be on them here. Panthers -1 in this spot here. For me, I think it's pretty simple. I'm going to keep betting on this Panthers team until they give me a reason not to. I think I bet them last game. The only game I stayed off of them was against the Blues because I had 2 bet on situations for me. I don't fade the Blues as a home dog, and I don't fade the Panthers. So I wasn't going to fade either of them. Other than that, I was on them against the Kings, the Avalanche, the Golden Knights. I've been on them an awful lot recently. I was going to bet them to win the East and win the Cup, but unfortunately, I think that would just be buying high now. And I really, honestly, I would like to see them start to slip a little bit so that line can get a little bit better. Maybe I can get a better number on them to do that. But I have this game. I have them priced around -200, -225 favorites in this game. For the Panthers. I'm going to keep backing the Panthers until they give me a reason not to. Panthers -1 here for me, and that'll probably be in the -120 range. I'm fine with that. Panthers are bet on for me and going forward. They've produced 4.5 .517 expected goals for the last 10 games, and they're only giving up 2.513. Like, I saw this, and I see something very similar between the Panthers' numbers now, or before the streak started, and what the Penguins are doing. So, little correlation there. I think the Penguins are going to do the same thing. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But the Panthers are an elite hockey team, and I'm going to keep backing them.
For sure. I like my 4.5 goals a game. One of them should be, or one of them
expected
should be
goal, expected goals per game. Expected goals per game.
Yeah. Nick and I both stayed off the Panthers against the Blues. Nick, obviously, because of the Blues being a home dog as well. For me, it was because the Blues had absolutely owned the Panthers. But the Panthers go in there, win 5-1. So then the Panthers come home and face the Kings, another team that had won 6 straight against them. Everyone knows past history, what teams have done against each other is a big part of my handicapping. But there are teams, there are situations where you have to kind of overlook it a bit or downgrade it and how much it really means. And that's with these teams that are on big rolls right now, like this Florida Panthers team. That's what I had to do. But in this situation, they played well against the Devils. So that's not good news. Not good news for the Devils.
Also, Panthers team total over as well. I think that's a move I might make as well.
Awesome. No, Stahl won't get traded, Owen says.
You'd be surprised. I think I was talking. I think it was with Jacob about how the Hurricanes would approach this. And I thought that the trade with where they would trade Jordan Stahl is if they would try to go and get John Gibson from Anaheim. I think Stahl would fit better in Anaheim than he would in Calgary, because they would need like a good role or a good veteran in the locker room type of thing, and it would help the Hurricanes shed salary so they can afford a top-notch goaltender. Because right now the Hurricanes don't have the cap space for a top-notch goaltender like that unless the other team eats salary, or you trade away somebody like Brady Shea making $4 million this year, like Jordan Stahl making almost $3 million this year, something like that. Natchez, I think, is making a little over $3 million as well. You're going to have to trade somebody away to make cap room for Markstrom. Yeah. It probably may not be Stahl, but it's going to be someone like that.
Maybe Teravainen.
Teravainen was someone also, but do you think they try to extend him? And if they're looking at Teravainen and saying we're not going to extend him, then yeah, Teravainen is the one to go, because that would knock off $5.4 million off the book.
Well, we'll see. Ultimately, if the trade happens, because there's lots of rumors right now, we'll see. IceX likes Devils money line. So there you go. You were asking when you were going to be against us. Here we are. Here it is. Robert likes Panthers money line. He also likes the over 6.5. I can see the over with New Jersey and Florida's offense. It's just how much can New Jersey score? But they still have offensive pieces, so I could see the over. Fernando says, "Is this tomorrow's card?"
Yes.
Yes, it is. We are going through tomorrow's games because, as Nick said earlier, no ESB tomorrow. Mm-hmm. This is taking place of that, and then on my channel, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, no show again tomorrow either, because we have this one. Very good, guys. We passed the test.
You gave us easy questions.
Well, if you watch the whole show, you'll know that we're hockey guys, because we're hockey. You trust both of us. Awesome. I'm the reason, Nick. Let's go Demons.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Can't wait for your guys' take on the Stars and Hawks, gents. Plus 100 at home looks pretty tasty. Appreciate your thoughts. No problem. We'll get to that game eventually. I got to go with Devils in the under. I think the streak ends tomorrow. Pans are definitely the best.
Good luck.
All right. Robertson, Tippett, Nyquist point tonight. I like Robertson and Nyquist. I am on Nyquist minus 122. I forgot to mention that. Single. Nyquist to get a point. 9-game streak for him. So I like that as well. A correction, Hawks plus 100 puck line. Okay. Robert says Sorokin to the Canes for Tony DeAngelo. What do you think about that?
You're on crack.
Natchez, I think, will be the one who gets traded. Okay. You guys already look locked and loaded for tomorrow. I'm slacking. Yeah,
I haven't been able to place any bets, but I have it capped. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick's waiting for the odds to be available on his book so we can bet. I'll be at the Red Wings game tomorrow. Is there a line out for the game? Says Turnby. Yes, there is. We will get to that game here in a bit. But we'll jump into the next game here, which is between the Anaheim Ducks and the Tampa Bay Lightning. In this game, Anaheim plus 220 to plus 225. Road dogs, Tampa Bay minus 265 to minus 278. Home favorites, 6.5s and 6s, depending on what books you have access to. Different totals around for this one. How have these teams been doing recently? Anaheim 2-7-1 in their last 10 games. 6 of their last 10 games have gone under 5.5. Tampa Bay has won 7 of their last 11. 3 overs, 2 unders, 2 pushes to a total of 6. So kind of even there with the total. Tampa Bay's won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these teams, which shouldn't really surprise anybody with the Ducks being a rebuilding team for so long now, and Tampa Bay being Tampa Bay. 4 overs, no unders, 2 pushes for a total 6. So past history kind of leaning towards the over. Player props, Frank Vetrano has a point in 7 of his last 9 games for Anaheim, at least 3 shots on goal in 5 of his last 7. Troy Terry has a point in 7 of his last 9 for the Anaheim Ducks. For Tampa Bay, Kucherov has a goal, 7 of his last 11 games, at least 3 shots on goal in 10 of his last 13. And Brandon Hagel has a point in 4 of his last 6 games. For me, no single plays here in this one. And I'm not really sure I'm really going to get to anything with parlays either in this game. Parlay pieces. Maybe look at Hagel, but he didn't score anything in his last game. Kucherov goal, potentially. The 2 Ducks players, you might be able to bet that singly. Their point props actually might be pretty good priced with how big of the underdogs the Ducks are. But this game is kind of a pass for me for the most part. Nick, Ducks and Tampa Bay Lightning. Are you thinking about quacking tomorrow?
I mean, a little bit. I would like to know what the team total is maybe for the Ducks for an over 2.5. You could probably get plus money for that game. I have this game projected around 6.5 goals, and I have the Lightning projected around 170 favorites in this game. So it does seem like a little bit hefty of a line when you look at the money line here for the Ducks. I do think there is value on the Ducks if you're looking at that type of if you're looking at that money line. I think there's value on it. Whether or not I get involved with it is another question. There is 16 games on this slate, and do I want to get involved in the game with a minus 270 favorite? Not particularly. It is Ducks or nothing for me. I knew to stay off the Ducks last game. I wanted the Ducks last game at like plus 310, but I didn't really want them in a game after they were up 5-0 on the Predators. I thought that was not the spot to go and back them. It was after a big win like that. Now, last game, John Gibson did get hurt, so it will be Lucas Dostal, which Dostal's not been terrible this year. So he's somebody where maybe you look to back the Ducks with Dostal in net. It would be obviously Anaheim or nothing at this number, but whether or not I get involved with this game is another story. Ducks or nothing, though.
Yeah, with 16 games to bet, you definitely can pass on some games. There's nothing wrong with it. LOL, if the Wings win tomorrow, definitely pass. I'm assuming you're talking about Sunday. If the Wings win tomorrow, you're going to pass Sunday? Is that what you're thinking? Fernando with the $5 donation to ESB. I can't wait till I hit 1,000 subs, and then I can get donations. So I'm excited for that. Bolts Puck Line says Robert. Pass on Ducks and Bolts. Nothing wrong with that. Scott with the $2 dono. Cup of coffee.
Appreciate it, dude.
For Nick and Tim. I will be over in the Wings game. You'll be on. Oh, you'll be on the over.
At the Wings a little bit. We'll get into that. I think I might be on the Wings tomorrow.
I do have a play in that game, which we'll get to here shortly. Vasi versus Dostal. Tim is donating $2 to his own channel, so good job, Tim, for the dodo there. I mean, we have 16 games. Why bet on this one?
Exactly.
Lightning Puck Line. Might lean under 6. Hey, if people like this game, then go for it. Nothing wrong with betting it if you like it. Tim Earl, right on, LOL. First game ever at Little Caesars
Little
Arena.
Caesars Arena. There you go.
Awesome.
And the pizza box.
Awesome, Turnsy. Parlay Bolts money line. You could use it as a parlay piece, yeah. Ew, what the F Wings are on a back-to-back. Yes. They are one of the teams playing Sunday. Let's get this man to 1,000 subs. Thanks, Owen. Yeah, anyone watching on ESB that wants to go and subscribe on Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, I would appreciate it. I would. Evening, gentlemen. I'm on the draw in the Pens Canes plus 370.
Ooh.
I absolutely love that, but we'll get to that game shortly. Who you taking, Ovechkin, Lemieux, or Messier if you're starting a team?
Lemieux. If you're looking for an all-around player, I'm taking Lemieux. If you're looking for a pure goal scorer, it's Alex Ovechkin.
You said no more questions, and then here you bring this one. No, I'm kidding. This would be great for a show where we have like 2 or 3 games, but when we have 16 games, I can't even think about this right now because my mind is so much other games. I'm sorry, 446. I don't have an answer. Rob, if you don't have 1,000 subs, where does the money go?
Well, it won't let you donate if you don't have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So you
actually
can't
no. You can get donations if you have if you don't have 1,000. Yeah, because I've seen Dave get donations and he doesn't have 1,000 yet. So you have to sign up for You have to sign up for monetization on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure there was something about I couldn't when I looked at doing it. I had to get 1,000 subs. I'm pretty sure, but
you can enable donations.
Tim shows puts the link in here. Thank you, Tim.
Yes.
LOL. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question too because 2 players are from like the old style hockey. Ovechkin's from now too, and it's just like that's a really tough question. But we will jump into the next game because we still have quite a few games to go over. Our next one being Edmonton Oilers and the Montreal Canadiens. Edmonton minus 217 and minus 250 on the money line. Montreal plus 190 to plus 205. If you want Edmonton puck line, plus 100 to plus 110. 6.5s right across the board in this game. How have these teams been doing recently? Edmonton 17-3 in their last 20 games, continuing to win. Didn't win in regulation in their last game, went to overtime, but they outplayed the Wings for basically the entire game there. 5 of their last 7 games under 6.5. Montreal 2-5-1 their last 8. Obviously coming off a loss to the San Jose Sharks at home. Now have to face this Edmonton team. Montreal has really struggled at home this year overall in the season, especially as of late. They've gone over 6.5 in 7 of their last 10. Edmonton 4-2 in the last 6 meetings. The last 7 games between these teams have all gone over. So when these teams face each other, we get high scoring games between these teams. For me, give me the Oilers puck line plus 110. I think they score. I think like the past history between these teams, I think we get goals, but I think the Oilers do most of the goal scoring here. I'll take the plus money with them on the puck line. A lot of the goals that didn't go in against Detroit, I think they go in here against this Canadiens team who just struggles at home. And this Montreal Canadiens team has just struggled a lot. Yes, they just lost to the Sharks, but I just don't think they have it in them to compete with this Oilers team in a 60-minute game. So I'll take the Oilers on the puck line. Nick, what do you think here? Oilers, Canadiens.
I do lean towards the home dog in this game with Montreal. It's tough to step in front of the Oilers right now, though. I do want to look up one thing with this game, which could sway this. Is this the last game of the road trip for them? It is. Now, keep in mind, it's only a 3-game road trip where they played Chicago, Detroit. Now they play Montreal. This is the last game of a road trip for them. They do head back home on the 16th to play the Maple Leafs. Then they get the Kraken at home as well. So this could be maybe a little bit of a sleepy spot here for the Oilers. If I'm looking at the Canadiens, they're coming in off of that loss against the Sharks, which is very alarming. Now the last time these two teams did play, was February of 2023. So they haven't played in almost a year. Canadians won that game 6-2, plus 240 underdogs. Kind of interesting there, but that was last season at the end of the season. Maybe a draw in this game. I think this could be one of those tricky type of spots there. I think if you're looking at Montreal, maybe Montreal first period could be a good look. Maybe after that Sharks loss, they go out, they jump out to an early lead here, and then over the 60 minutes, Edmonton comes back and takes care of business late. But I would look towards maybe Montreal first period in this game. I don't really mess with first periods too much, but that would be my lean in this game, would be Montreal first period, Montreal money line, something along those lines. Don't know if I'm going to get involved with them, though.
Awesome. And Robert just reminded me that I didn't mention player props here. McDavid has an assist in 18 of his last 21 games. He is Mr. Consistent when it comes to assists. Only got a goal in his last game, but probably gets an assist in this next one. Hyman has a goal in 6 of his last 8, and Leon Draisaitl has a goal in 7 of his last 10 for the Edmonton Oilers. AO, WTF, I thought I was subscribed. Just subscribe right now. Hey, no problem. Thanks. Appreciate it. Another pass. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I haven't added you as a sub yet, but now I will. Thank you, 446. Oilers money line as a parlay piece. I could see that if it's a 1-goal game. Could be a good parlay piece. David Savard over half a point, says Tommy T. I haven't really looked at his numbers, so we'll have to see how he's done. But I see these teams have a trend of a 4-3 type of game. Yeah, they have been going over a lot. They have. Leaning Canadiens also, but I don't know yet, just to lean. All right. The Oilers and Habs split the series in the past 2 years. Interesting. 3-3 and ends 4-3. I hope 5-3, but we'll see. 97 and 29. McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman all over 1.5 points parlayed. Yeah, hey, if this is going to be an over game, we're probably going to see those guys rack up the points. And Creekman likes to draw. So people are thinking this game is going to be close.
Canadians are a team that definitely do not mind playing past regulation. They have 6 regulation or overtime losses this year so far, and they've won a few games in overtime. So they've been a team that can make it past 60 minutes.
Yeah. Geez, the teams that won cover the puck line. LOL. Okay, well, I like the sound of that. Yep. I might look at the Habs now. There you go. McDavid, no goal? Anyone?
You love your McDavid no goals, Tim.
Yeah. No.
Well, when you can get pick 'em prices or sometimes plus money for McDavid not to score a goal, I can see why it's tempting.
Yeah, I guess. We'll move on along to our next game here, which somebody already brought up a play. And that is the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Carolina Hurricanes. Pittsburgh plus 125 to plus 130. Carolina minus 144 to minus 155. Home favorites, 6.5s right across the board in this game. How these teams been doing recently? Pittsburgh 9-3-2 in their last 14 games. They've been playing really well. Yes, they weren't able to get the win in their last game against the Canucks, but losing to the Canucks is nothing to be upset about because they are currently the best team in the NHL. Pittsburgh trending towards the under in 4 of their last 7 games. The Hurricanes 6-0-1 of their last 7, heating up currently. They've gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 8. They've been an over team for most of the season. What's happened in the past between these teams? Carolina 10-2-1 in the last 13 meetings. They've had a lot of success against this Pittsburgh team. 4 of the last 8 games have gone to overtime. We've seen a lot of overtime games between these teams. Pittsburgh obviously went to overtime in their last game. When it comes to a total, 1 over, 5 under, and 2 pushes in the last 8 meetings. So we have seen more unders between these teams. For me, it's the draw, plus 370. These teams have gone to overtime in 4 of their last 8. And this just feels like an overtime spot. between these teams. They're both playing really well right now. They're both going to want this game, and this just feels like an overtime spot. So overtime for me here. Nothing when it comes to the total. Who ends up winning this game? I'm just not sure. Obviously, this is another one of the teams that lost a goalie to injury because Pyotr Kochetkov, I believe, got injured in practice.
Concussion out indefinitely.
Yeah, so he's out for a while. So it should be Antti Ranta's net unless they go to whoever their third goalie is. Nedeljkovic is listed here, but the way he started the last game got pulled. And then Tristan Jarry came in. I suspect it'll be Tristan Jarry in this game. But give me the draw in this game. Half unit play plus 370. Give me overtime. Nick, what do you think here? Penguins and Hurricanes.
Love the Penguins in this spot. Ranta in net is somebody I would like to fade game in and game out. When he is between the pipes, he is somebody like we mentioned earlier, like Adam Wainwright in baseball, like Zach Greinke in baseball, where we like to fade them every single time they go out and pitch. Ranta has become that of the NHL for me. And I've already did a free pick video on this for picks and parlays. I gave out the Penguins at plus 140. This is one of my favorite plays of the day. I also look towards the Penguins team total over, whether it's a 2.5 juiced a little bit or a 3.5 at big plus money. I would like to fade Ranta. And if it's Nedeljkovic, I do like the Penguins even more because obviously the Carolina Hurricanes traded away Nedeljkovic for pennies on the dollar to Detroit, I believe it was. And maybe this is one of those where he comes back to Raleigh and has a decent game. This is Penguins for me. I would say the draw, but I mean, I could see the Penguins covering reverse puck line in this game. I mentioned this, and you mentioned the last game for Pittsburgh. They lost in overtime in Vancouver, but yet when you look at their advanced analytics, they were the better team in that game. 3.75 expected goals compared to 3.37 for the Vancouver Canucks. So the Penguins have been a team that game in and game out, and I need to go back and take a look at it further. At least 11 consecutive games, the Pittsburgh Penguins have produced more expected goals than allowed. So they've won the expected goal battle in at least 11 straight games, which tells me they have been the better team in 11 straight games. So like when you look at just what they're producing offensively, what they're allowing defensively, Pittsburgh is putting up elite numbers, and I'm looking to back the Pittsburgh Penguins when I can. So as this dog price here in Carolina tomorrow, I'll be on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
All right. Ranta, it should be Ranta because I don't know who the next goalie would be. The only other goalie they have signed in the system right now is Yaniv Peretz. According to Cap Friendly. He is the only other goalie in the system because Fredersen is on injured reserve now, Kochetkov. So it should be Antti Ranta. I was going to say, what if Ranta doesn't start? But with the fact that they really don't really have anyone else, it basically has to be Ranta.
I need to take a look what happened, but I remember they signed Aaron Dell to a tryout, like they did with Halak. I don't think it came into fruition or anything like that. But I saw they signed him.
They'll have to do something. They might do something.
What I'm saying, Markstrom is going to be a Hurricane. The question is when. That's what I was trying to say there.
Owen likes Canes minus 1.5. Robert likes Canes minus 1.5. Both are Canes fans, I do want to say, but
cool.
That's okay. The Canes have been playing really well, so they could potentially win this game. With just goaltending, they'd have to somehow get a good goal. A good game from Ranta. Over 6.5, and can both of these teams lose too? No, Tim, sorry. The Sabres are not catching either of these teams. Sorry, Tim. LOL, yeah. Penn's money line. Crosby, point streak continues in Carolina. Oh, he has a point streak in Carolina. Interesting.
Apparently.
Interesting. Tim, any soccer picks for Manana or EPL? There you go. Really going to trust Ranta? Huh? Well,
no.
I'm not. I think the draw. I like both teams are playing really well right now. I like the draw. I don't know who wins. I'm late and behind. Glad the show aired before the Wild game. I like opportunistic Terry. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hoping to get off in the next half an hour before the Wild game starts, but probably not going to happen. Under 6.5, says Fernando. I haven't looked, and yeah, he has that. Everyone can look at that. Terry, I need some locks. Well, unfortunately, there's no such thing as a lock.
You have one on your car door, your house door. Those are the type of locks you need.
There you go. LGP. Let's go Panthers. Or let's go Penguins. Ned versus old team. Ron Tenet. Give me Pittsburgh team total over 3.
Yeah.
2-2 type of game, and it goes to overtime and the end 3-2. They have a trend of 3-2. I can see that
too.
We could put the Zamboni driver in net. I don't care. We're winning this game. Whoa, there we go. Owen is confident. He is
Penguins -1 line. All right. What's the reverse puck line in the money?
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Evening, gentlemen. Evening, untouchable. Ha ha ha, Owen. The Canes back up won the NAC.
Oh, they won with Quinnipiac last year. Okay. That's who that is.
There you go. Okay. I love the Pens alternate puck line now. There you go. Terry the King. Thank you, even though I didn't give you your lock. Sorry. Let's go, Nick. Ha ha ha. Draw, not interested in ex-Hurricanes goalie revenge spot. Nothing wrong with that. I like the draw. Canucks lock over Sabres. Okay. I do really like the Canucks, but I want to say they're a lock. Canes money line, Kraken money line, Oilers money line parlay. Interesting. I do have a parlay to give out at the end of the show. So anyone that does like parlays, I have one coming. Tim Merle, good play. I couldn't bet the game because I was busy at work. No ways. It ended 1-1. There you go. There you go. But we will jump into. Oh, I didn't mention player props for this game. Players who are playing well.
All right.
Jake Gensel. Oh, did I?
Unless because it continued here. Yeah, there's still a bunch saying Canucks team total over.
Okay, sorry, I must have missed people's chats. I apologize.
Carolina brings back Mrazek. That's the cheap way to do it. I mean, if you're looking to make a temporary move and you're expecting Anderson to be the long-term guy for this season, Mrazek, if you're bringing back Mrazek, that tells me you're punting the season. If that's the move they make for a goaltender, you're punting the season. I'm not going to take you seriously. Anderson's coming back soon. He's cleared to skate again. There you go. I mean, do you even trust Anderson, though? I don't trust Anderson. For all we know, he can make 4 starts and get hurt again.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with him. Ottinger returns. There we go.
I'm still fine with the over. I'm still cool with the over there. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the Sabres. I just don't like either of these teams. Yeah, these are 2 of my hated teams. Most hated teams. Yeah. I'm behind, but I do like when you and Nick work it. We have to have more shows like this, Terry.
Yeah.
Lanky confirmed for tonight. That means it'll be Saros tomorrow further against the Islanders. I'm actually fine with that because Saros' numbers have been trash.
Okay, Erica finding Tim a little cocky.
Yeah.
Hey.
Might be a good situation for the Pens. I agree. He's not. That's just how he is. That's the way he talks. Yeah. I'm out of here. All right. Have a good one, Erica. Aho Svechnikov over 1.5 points there on a tear. That's what they're going to need. And if the Hurricanes are going to win this game, it's going to be 5-4. That's okay, Terry. I know you want to see the Wild game. Yeah. You're saying what with you skipping all the chat here. Do you see all the chat or?
No, I do. I just somehow missed it. It just didn't show.
Fair. Yeah.
What happened?
One of the 4 teams on a winning streak going to lose on Saturdays. It's one of those where you just keep riding them, though, I guess. And if you have been riding them, like there's some I haven't been. I wish I had been. Kane's goalie's always getting injured. Not wrong. Yeah. Erica, if you're saying these dudes are cocky, then you say you're out of here. Go. Jeez. Okay. I like the Predators money line even more. As long as they score 4 goals, that's all I need from the Stars tonight. Ronta is either really hot or really cold. Ronta, please be on point tomorrow. Yeah. There you go. Oh, my Erica. Chill Scott, just ignore it. Yeah. Mrazek and Coach Keith Anderson are keeping Blackhawks competitive. Yeah.
Mrazek could be a good backup for somebody if he's not
Yeah,
playing all very
I was
much.
going to say he's somebody that I would expect someone like Colorado to want for a backup so they can get rid of Prosvetov and not kill Georgiev. But the Canes, you're looking for a starting goaltender right now. And Mrazek's not the answer. You need someone like Merzlikins, someone like John Gibson, somebody like Jacob Markstrom.
Well, Chekhov was doing good before he got hurt.
Yeah, but he's somebody that I don't know if you can really look at him going forward. Who knows? It's comedy, relax, yeah. Yeah, Tim swings. All right, we have fighting in the chat there. But
yeah, things are getting a little bit heated. But yeah, what I was going to say earlier, player props that are hot in this game. Gensel has a point 8 of his last 10, at least 3 shots on goal in 8 straight games. Sidney Crosby a point 7 of his last 10, and like Robert mentioned, Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov both have points in 7 of their last 8. 7 of their last 8, they've been on fire for Carolina, and Seth Jarvis has at least 3 shots on goal in 7 of his last 8. He's been shooting the puck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The Canes GM makes nasty moves at the deadline.
We'll see.
Right. Maybe should do it a little bit earlier. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Nick's right.
They
didn't do.
They did nothing last year, and it cost him in the Eastern Conference Finals.
How about all the streaks? No I6. No. Connor Bedard over +1 versus Stars. Too bad he's not playing. Too bad he's injured. What did Tim do? You sound cocky, apparently, Tim. You sound cocky.
Yeah, Tim.
Stars 4-0 to the over at home. They've been an over machine at home, and that's one of the reasons why I like the over in that one. But we'll jump on along to the next game because, again, we still have like a million games to go. But I'll take Nick out. And the next game is not Pittsburgh and Carolina. It is Is it Philadelphia? Yes. Philadelphia and the Winnipeg Jets here in this one. Philadelphia +150 to +163. Winnipeg -179 to -185. Sixes right across the board. Some 6.5s available in this game. I'll be kind of brief here with this one. I am passing. No single plays here for me. Winnipeg should win this game. Philly on the second night of a back-to-back, playing in Minnesota tonight, playing in Winnipeg tomorrow. But I just don't really want to take the Jets on the puck line in this spot. And they are dealing with some injuries. Mark Scheifele is day-to-day, and Nikolai Ehlers is day-to-day. So those are 2 of your top-line forwards that may not play in this game. So if I'm taking the Jets on the puck line, I need Ehlers and Scheifele both in. So basically this game is basically a pass for me. Need to see what happens with the Flyers tonight. Other than Ehlers, Cole Perfetti has a point 8 of his last 12. Other than that, nobody really stands out here for me. This game is a nice, easy pass. Nick, what do you think here in this one?
Yeah, this game is tricky for me at the moment because I didn't have this game completely capped because the Flyers do play tonight, and I put in numbers from each game, so I'm just updating the numbers what I would project this at with no numbers here. I have the Jets projected around a -240 in this game, so I don't know what the exact line is. I'm expecting Samuel Ersson in for this game. And seeing the Jets around -170, -175 here, I'm seeing 200s on some books now. I'd like to see what the number is for this one. I'm interested in the Jets. Probably would have to be a puck line at the line they're at. But the Flyers are a team I'm looking to bet against. And they've been a team I've been looking to bet against for a little bit, and I've made some money betting against them recently. Obviously not last game with Montreal, but actually I had the draw in that game, but like I had Pittsburgh against them, I had Columbus against them, I had Calgary against them. Like I had them in a few spots where I was looking to bet against the Flyers, and I'm gonna probably look to do the same thing here with the Flyers in this game on a second half of a back-to-back. They're in Minnesota, which Minnesota to Winnipeg is not a far travel whatsoever for people in America that don't know where Winnipeg is. It's right above Manitoba is right above Minnesota. so it's not a far travel for them. It's kind of like traveling from New York to New Jersey. It's not that big of a deal at all. But on a second half of a back-to-back, playing the Wild tonight and then playing the Jets here, I would only look towards the Jets -1, or if it's too expensive, the puck line.
You don't mind that Ehlers and Scheifele might not play? Does that matter if they play?
I think we're getting a better price because there might not be. So I'm fine with that.
So you may want to lock it in tonight too, because they might play. So you can
if they
possibly
offer
lock
line.
it in.
Yeah.
Whoa! Put some respect on Kochekhov's name. Yeah, Nick, come on.
He was an average goaltender.
That's not respect, but there you go. And the streak, we'll see. Flyers money line. Flyers. All right. Columbus and Montreal love to steal coin as big underdogs. We shall see. I hope not, especially tomorrow. I hope not. F, I have a play in the Kings Wings now. There you go. Jets and under. Jets -185. I'd never lay -185. Would have to be the puck line, but that's just me. Back-to-back for Philly, I just put $320 on the money line for the Jets.
Good luck.
Okay, there you go. Winnipeg is in Alaska? No. Yes, it matters. Not sure.
Scheifele.
The back-to-back.
Scheifele Ehlers.
Oh yeah, Scheifele and Ehlers. Yeah, it's their two of their top guys. So Wild today and Jets tomorrow sounds like a two-teamer. I definitely hope Wild today. I definitely hope, but I don't know. I don't know if Flyers lose back-to-back. This game is just a pass for me, but we'll see what happens. Moving on along here to our next game, which is between the Colorado Avalanche and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Colorado +100 to -110. Toronto -110 to -120. 6.5s. I do see 7 starting to creep up. We might see 7s by the time tomorrow comes. How these teams been playing recently? Colorado 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. Playing great hockey right now. 4 of their last 5 games over 6.5. They've gone to overtime in 3 of their last 5 games. Toronto 4-0-1 in their last 5 games, also playing really great hockey right now. Did come off the overtime loss to the Islanders in their last game, which they did blow a lead. So I shouldn't say great hockey, but they're winning games or going to overtime. 4 of their last 6 games under 5.5. They've gone to overtime in 2 of their last 4 games. Toronto 4-1-2 in the last 7 meetings between the teams. 2 of the last 3 games went to overtime. I just mentioned overtime like 3 different times, and I'm taking the draw because everything is pointing towards the draw here. 6 of the last 8 meetings have gone over 6.5, and normally I would be jumping on the over here, but we've seen Toronto get some good goaltending lately, so I don't know. I don't know about the draw, but my gut's telling me this ends up being a 3-3, 4-4 game that goes to overtime. So I do lean with the draw, or lean with the over, but I like the draw. That's just screaming my name in this one. Nick, Avalanche, Toronto Maple Leafs. What do you think here?
Yeah, I noticed you were talking about it in the way, and then I started looking into it. Yeah, maybe we go back to a little Toronto Maple draws here in this matchup with the overtime prop in this game. 3 of the last 7 for Toronto have. 4 of the last 8 for Colorado, and 2 of the last 3 of these between these two teams have gone to overtime as well. This is a tricky game. I kind of want to back the Maple Leafs in this spot at the pick'em price. And as crazy as it sounds, Mårten Jones has looked pretty good through 13 starts. He has 9.4 goals saved above average, so he's been an above average goaltender. In these 13 starts. Granted, give him 30 starts and he'll probably be a slightly below average because that's just him regressing to the mean. So maybe this is maybe Mårten Jones is backable for the next maybe few more starts, but then maybe look to start betting against him if it continues to play super well, because I do think he will come back down to the mean. But I would look towards Toronto or nothing in this game. One thing with Colorado that I've noticed is they have been playing really well lately, but they have been at home in 7 of the last 10 games. Their road games, they've only played 3 road games the last 10. They won in overtime against Dallas. They won 2-1 against St. Louis, which that game could have easily been a draw. They kind of go overtime. And they lost 5-4 against Arizona in overtime. So we could be potentially talking about a Colorado team that has a 3-game overtime streak on the road. Because I believe in that Blues game, they scored with about 2:54 left in the third period to take a 2-1 lead. So that was kind of what happened in that game. We were less than 3 minutes away from a draw in that one as well. So I could definitely see the draw in this spot. I lean Maple Leafs in this game as well. I have this per game projected for 6.2 goals, so not really too much of a feel on the total though. So maybe Maple Leafs draw is probably a decent look in this game as well.
Awesome. Doesn't that guy like to fade Nick? So it's ironic seeing him back, Nick.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wait to see line movement in this game. All right. Canes are basically the Oilers of the East. Goalie issues will always hold them back.
Except for when it comes to the playoff time, the Oilers have that punch on offense that the Hurricanes lack.
Unless the Canes go and make a trade to solve that situation, like the Oilers should have done for years now. Potential fave to dog line movement. That's why you'll be waiting. Okay. Isles Preds is another wait to see line movement game. Nope. I have a play I like in that game already. Toronto money line in overtime. That would be a nice same game parlay cash. Could do that. I mean, the Leafs did just lose to a stinky last place Isles team, so
the Islanders are in a playoff spot. They're not last place.
He's joking with you, Oz. I'm joking. So LOL. Under 6.5 says Fernando. Leafs winning in overtime is a good look, to be honest. Leafs fans sweating, then going to overtime, then poof, Leafs wins. We'll see. Save your money for Colorado hosting Washington on January 24th. Washington will be on a back-to-back. Okay. And Nick, who are you taking tomorrow at this Sioux game?
I don't know yet. I got to figure that out. Syracuse game, yeah. Because he wants to fade whoever we go and see live.
I wonder who possibly could have mentioned that for anyone. That's me. That's me that mentioned that streak, and it was Isaacs who brought me to it. So hey, we'll see. We will see. But no, normally it's not who you really bet. Or maybe it is who you bet on, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. But we will. All the players who were hot in this game: Kale McCarr for shots on goal, Valerie Nichushkin for shots on goal, McKinnon for assist or shots on goal, McCarr for point, Nichushkin for point, Rantanen for point or shots on goal. Really, those big four for Colorado, all hitting at least 3 shots on goal, all getting points recently. Nylander, 0.17 of his last 19 for Toronto, 4 shots on goal and 6 of his last 8. Tavares got back on the shots, at least 4 shots in his last game, 13 of his last 16. And then Austin Matthews, shots on goal, whatever you want for there. And yes. We'll move along to our next game here, which is between the LA Kings and the Detroit Red Wings. LA minus 148 to minus 155. Detroit plus 124 to plus 136, 6.5s right across the board in this game. And one of the reasons why I was okay with going against past history and taking Florida in their last game, even on the first game back from a long road trip, is that Florida has been winning games, and this LA Kings team has been finding ways to lose. They've been finding ways to lose games. They've been ahead. They've been blowing leads. They go to overtime, and they lose. So the Kings have been consistent lately and playing close games and ended up losing them 0-3-4 in their last 7 games. So obviously losing 7 straight. They've gone under 5.5 in 5 of their last 7. They've gone to overtime in 4 of their last 7 games. Detroit 4-2 in their last 6, playing pretty well overall. 8 of their last 11 over 6.5. So Detroit heavily trending over. The Kings heavily trending under. Detroit has gone to overtime in 3 of their last 6. The Kings 9-1-1 in the last 11 meetings between these teams. So the Kings have definitely had success against the Wings. This could be the spot where the Kings end their losing streak here. The last 4 meetings have all gone over 6.5, and 2 of the last 3 meetings have gone to overtime. Just like the Toronto and Colorado game, I'm on the draw here. Both teams going to overtime right now. They've gone to overtime in the past when they faced each other. More than enough reason for me to take the draw here. As I said, this Kings team has been going to overtime and losing. Is Detroit a live dog tomorrow? I don't know. I really do think that the Kings go to overtime tomorrow and then they actually win. I think they do. And so sorry to Turnsey, who's going to see this game. I do think your Wings end up losing in overtime. But all I need is the overtime. If Detroit wants to win after that, then that's fine with me. Looking at player props here in this game, the Kings, Kopitar has a point or an assist in 5 of his last 7 games. Kempe has a point in 7 of his last 9. Larkin has at least 3 shots on goal in 9 of his last 11, a point in 5 of his last 6. Lucas Raymond has been heating up lately on the line with Larkin, point in 5 of his last 6. And Patrick Kane has at least 3 shots on goal in 8 of his last 9 games. Nick, what do you think here? LA Kings and Detroit Red Wings.
Keep an eye out for goaltenders in this one here. I saw a report earlier, whether it's tomorrow or it's Sunday, one of those games will be started by James Reimer. So keep that in mind. If it's Reimer tomorrow, I have absolutely no interest in the Red Wings. If it is Lion, I think they're a live underdog. So this is one of those games where I have written down Red Wings money line and in asterisks, no Reimer. So if it's not Reimer, I have this game projected at a pick'em. And seeing the Kings or seeing the Red Wings at I have the Kings at around minus 120. So that's kind of where I have them priced. So seeing this game with the Kings being what I'm seeing minus 140 range and getting plus 125, plus 130 on the opposite side, plus 135. It's Wings or nothing for me. If no Reimer, it has to be Alex Lyon though. If it is not, then if it's Reimer, then I want absolutely nothing to do with this game. Maybe look to play an over. Reimer is that bad. He's somebody I'd look to bet against, not bet on. So if I'm going to wait for confirmation on this game before I go ahead and bet it. If not Reimer, then I'll probably be on the Wings.
All right. I'll be over Washington money line for that big bad Avalanche game, Darcy revenge spot. Avs are easy money at home. Laughing. Okay. Kings minus 1.5. They end the losing streak. I hope that's fine if they win, just preferably in overtime, please. Avalanche reverse puck line or money line or over. Okay, in the Avalanche game. Australian Open picks.
The tennis player money line.
Nothing for me. Both LA King. This is a hockey only show. Getting Well with Terry and Friends is a hockey only show for anyone wondering. LA Kings and Detroit are cursed defensively right now. Detroit, okay, no, we know they can't defend, but LA. Yeah, LA's just in a rough spot right now. All teams go through it, but not necessarily this bad. Draw, which I love, and lean Kings revenge spot. All right. Yeah, fade Ranta and Reimer if he starts. Oh shit, that's right. Lion loves beating the Leafs. Okay. Brendan White, what are the plays tonight? Main plays are is wild money line for me and over 6.5 in the Stars game.
Yeah, I'm on the Stars team total and the full game over. I keep hitting refresh, hoping it clicks to a 5.5 on my book for the over for the Wild game.
I got North Carolina only by 8. Great point, Nick. And Wings plus 140. Kings are flat.
I would like to fade the Kings again.
All right. We will move on along to our next game here. We've got the Seattle Kraken, minus 155 to minus 160. heading to Columbus, plus 120 to plus 137. 6.5s. There is a 6 available as well in this game. And we do have confirmed goaltenders, or one confirmed goaltender here in this game. Stuff is going on with Elvis Merzlikins. He's been relegated to becoming the third goaltender now, and he doesn't like it. So he is most likely being traded in the near future. Danil Tarasov will start here in this game, and it should be Joey Decord for Seattle. And if you've been watching my show lately, you will know that I've been backing this Kraken team. A big reason for backing them is Joey Decord because he has been absolutely elite. He's been elite lately. He looks like one of the best goalies in the league, and he's been doing it for a while now. 12, 5, and 8, 2.23 goals against average, 925 save percentage. He's played great. Looking at how these teams have done recently, the Kraken 10-0-2 in their last 12 games, so 10 wins, 2 overtime losses, 7 of their last 8 games under 6.5. Columbus 2-3-4 in their last 10. They've gone under 5.5 in 4 of their last 5 games. They've gone to overtime in 6 of their last 9. Seattle 2-0-2 against Columbus. 2 of the meetings did go to overtime. Obviously, these teams haven't faced each other a lot. And I just realized I have the wrong thing down there, LA, Detroit. Oops, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Seattle Kraken and Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm on the Kraken puck line, plus 155. This Kraken team is for real. I know Columbus has been getting games to overtime, but I don't see them scoring very much at all in this game. And the Kraken are just money makers. They are money makers, and I will take them here on the puck line. Money line also a great parlay piece. I love this Kraken team. If I was not a Wild fan, I would be a Kraken fan. With the way this team is, with the way they've won for me last year and this year. Vince Dunn has a point in 6 of his last 7, 9 of his last 12 games. Eli Tolvanen has a point in 4 straight games. Nobody really stands out for Columbus in this game. Nick, Seattle Kraken, Columbus Blue Jackets. Are we releasing the Kraken once again?
Yeah, let's release the Kraken. I'll be on the Kraken -1 in this game. I'm seeing minus 155 on the money line, plus 160, plus 155 on the puck line. So probably around even money, minus 102, minus 105 range for the -1 line with the Kraken. I have Tarasov is confirmed in net for tomorrow, or at least expected. And he's not been very good this year as well. Decord obviously has been on fire. This Kraken team, maybe you look towards a Columbus team total under. Columbus is the more rested team. They are coming in off of a 5-0 loss against Winnipeg. So that is a tough spot for them. Or they last played on the night, so they are the more rested team. Are they a team I trust? No. Are they a team that can force a game to overtime? Absolutely. Which is why I'd rather -1 rather than the puck line, because it gives me an opportunity to push if they do force it to overtime and lose an OT. Well, that being said, I'm on the Kraken -1. It'll be even money -105 type of -1 line for the Kraken. I'll look to keep backing them until further notice.
All right. We agree, but easy to agree on the Kraken right now. IceX likes the draw. And
I can see the
that
draw,
with
which is
Columbus. Yeah, Columbus has really got games to overtime. I just think that this Kraken team is going to be a bit too much for them. Defensively, I just don't see who scores. Creekman, thanks, but I want Nick's pick to fade him. LOL. Terra save, says IceX. So Elvis actually might leave the building for Columbus. It does look that way. I miss Groovy. So you miss the Kraken losing, I guess. I don't. Kraken money line. Yes, a good parlay piece. A little bit too pricey for me to bet singly, though. Canes will break them on Tuesday. Now, Owen. Now.
Not with Ronta.
Yeah. 446 says release the Kraken. I also did my usual Capitals money line and under for the early game. Shesterkin 8 royalty. there you go. I kind of lean with the over, but I won't play it because I always lose 1 p.m. games. Watch next season of Terry's show, Getting Cracked with Terry and Friends.
Smoking
No,
crack with Terry
no,
and Friends.
joking, of course. No. Yeah, smoking crack with Terry and Friends. That would be better, but no. Ha 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 ha. Yes, no. I'm not switching teams. I would never, ever do that. I'm wild till I die. Release the Kraken. Yes, let's do it. Columbus and Pascal Vincent do not have their shit together. Not at all. Kraken are rolling this month. Kraken -1 and Kraken team total over 4. All right. Interesting.
Cool.
Nick, can you play the video?
Yes,
No.
I put the video in for this.
Release the Kraken.
You're welcome, Fernando.
Yeah, I don't have the video on my channel, so I was going to say no, but Nick is already way ahead of me. Oilers, Kraken, Canucks, and Jets +490.
Ooh, interesting.
2 games on tonight, and they are scheduled to broadcast at the same up. I've given the NHL schedule,
and they decide let's put 16 games on when the NFL playoffs are starting tomorrow.
Somebody did mention to me that the NHL does have big Tuesday and Thursday slates, and I mentioned to them, obviously, yeah, I know, but there could still be, and next week there is. I noticed there's like 6 or 5 games, most games next week. So next week we
Nice.
actually have a spread out slate. So next week you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, Tommy. Take a look at next week's schedule. But we'll move on along to the next one. We've got 6 more games left, or 5 more games left, and then my parlay. But moving on along to our next game here, which is between the Arizona Coyotes and the Minnesota Wild. Arizona +120 to +120. Minnesota -125 at FanDuel, but I think that is an error. Everywhere else, it's -145 to -150. So I think that's the more accurate price. 6.5 or 6s available in this game. And people are looking at this game thinking, whoa, why are the Wild -145? And the reason being, I truly believe that Kirill Kaprizov returns for this game. It's possible Philip Gustafsson and Jonas Brodin return for this game. All 3 could potentially return tomorrow. So the Wild could be getting a big boost to the return to the lineup. The key return is Kirill Kaprizov because he owns the Yotes. Kirill Kaprizov loves to face the Yotes. So Kaprizov returning would be really important. For me, I don't really have any plays in this game right now. The Wild are about to play here in about 7 minutes. They're going to drop the puck. I need to see what happens in tonight's game. I obviously need to see who's playing in tomorrow's game. Are the Wild going to start Gustafsson? I hope no. I want them to wait and start Gustafsson on Monday against the Islanders. Give Jesper Wallstedt this start against the Yotes. Give him one more start before you send him to the AHL so he can respond to his unfortunate start against Dallas, where he never should have started in the first place. How are these teams been playing recently? Arizona 3-4 in their last 6. Obviously, the Wild have been losing, but the Wild have been playing tougher opponents recently. The Wild 10-2-1 in the last 13 meetings between the teams. They've owned the Yotes, especially in Minnesota, winning 8 of the last 9 games. 5 of the last 7 have gone over 6.5. But for me, right now, nothing. Nothing in this game. Nick, Yotes and Wild, what do you think in this one?
Yotes or nothing. In this game, my numbers have the wrong team favored in this matchup. It's a back-to-back for the Wild, and who knows who's going to be a goaltender. I have the goaltender as just generic default 1-1, 1 goalie rating, and I have the Yotes as around a -120 favorite in this game. If it's Fleury, it's Fleury tonight. So if it's Gussie, it's probably the same. If it's I really don't know who's in goal, but I don't think it really matters because I think they're all. I mean, obviously Gustafsson's above the rest, but for me, this is Coyotes or nothing. I like to see what the Wild do tonight, but I can only back the Yotes in this game in this situation. Obviously, I'd prefer the Yotes at Mullet Arena, but with that being said, I'm not going to lay a number with the Wild here, especially on a back-to-back.
I could possibly see the Yotes being favored if there was no Kaprizov or Brodin. But if Kaprizov and Brodin both return tomorrow, then there's absolutely no way the Yotes should be favored in this game, in my opinion. Though if those two returns happen, but obviously we got to see, because that's really important to find out who is coming back.
Yep.
Yeah, we looked at that. Back all the blue and gold tomorrow for big plus money. St. Louis, Buffalo, and Nashville plus 920. Wow.
I like St. Louis a little bit. I don't like the other two.
Fernando with another dono. Thanks,
Appreciate
Nick.
it, man. Yeah, he wanted the Kraken video.
Yeah, Isaac says pass. Fernando says Wild better get their Vaseline ready. Wow.
Woo!
Are you a Flyers fan? Is that what's going on? I forgot the Wild Goats history. You said something before. Yeah, they've absolutely dominated. They have lost 2 of the last 3 in Arizona, though. Like Nick said, the Yotes play different in Arizona. But bring out Mr. Willie Coyote, Nick. Let's go Yotes. Also over at Vegmelka. It isn't Vegmelka. It's
Ingram.
Confirmed. Ingram will start tomorrow.
I like that.
I like that. Anytime goal, pass anytime goal. Reinhardt, anytime goal. Brady Tkachuk, 4-man parlay. Hard not to go with those guys right now.
Ow, ow, ow.
I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Clayton Keller, anytime goal. He has been good the last few games. I give us the Halinik, which he kind of just already did, but there you go. Keller and Schmaltz and Krause are in the points. All right. Kraken is my team, but might be a tough spot. I don't know. I can't go against the Kraken right now. No chance. Nucks first period over. Panthers first period over. Lightning first period over. Raymond's going with the parlays tomorrow, but kind of hard not to with all the games. So I don't blame you. Maybe the line flips with the announcement of Kirill the Thrill in the lineup. Well, maybe. Then that would. I'm assuming the Wild would go from minus 145 to minus
160, and I'll be even more interested in the Coyotes at a bigger price.
Don't do it, Nick.
Don't do it. Prices.
If Kaprizov comes back, definitely don't do it. Raymond, inside voice, please, no yelling. Yeah. So he laughs out loud, really loudly. He laughs. Mr. Terrence, this is a really great show. Thank you again. Thank you too, Nick, for your participation. No problem. If Wild cover the Wild minus 1.5 tonight, you'll do it again tomorrow. All right. Well, I would love if they did, but I don't know. We'll see. That game starts in right now.
A minute, yeah. Puck drop on both these games. We'll keep an eye out on those too.
Oh, I just muted myself. I don't know why. I was thinking I was switching. That was a total mistake, but there we go. We'll go on to our next game here, which is Nick's team. So we just talked about my team. Now we'll talk about Nick's team. Islanders and the Nashville Predators. Islanders minus 102 to minus 112. Nashville minus 108 to minus 115. 6s and 6.5s available here in this game. Lankinen starting tonight, so it should be Saros tomorrow. For the Islanders, I'd be shocked if it wasn't Sorokin, but eventually they have to give him a rest and go to whoever's backing up for them right now. Maybe Nick knows.
Appleby.
Okay. Islanders 2-3-1 in their last 6. 7-1-2 to a total of 6. So 7 over, 1 under, 2 pushes. Nashville heading into their game tonight, 3-2 in their last 5. 5 of their last 7 games have gone over 6.5. Nashville has won 9 in a row against the Islanders. They've swept them the last few seasons now. 7 of the last 10 games have gone over 6.5. Give me the over 6 in this game. Both teams are trending towards the over right now, and both teams have trended to the over when they faced each other. I did this, what game was it? Islanders when they faced Vancouver, a really long past history over. And when you see past history overs with the Islanders that are like 7 out of the last 10 is a lot, 70%. This Islanders team has been a defensive team for a lot of those years. So the fact that they've gone over so much is just something I can't ignore here. So I'm on the over 6.5. Player props, Barzell has a point, 5 straight. Bo Horvat, Noah Dobson both have points in 3 of their last 5. for Nashville. I'm on Nyquist point tonight, 9 straight games. O'Reilly, 6 of his last 8, and Yossi in 4 of his last 5 in this game. I think we get goals again on both sides here, and I like the over 6. Nick, Islanders, Nashville Predators. Do the Islanders break their 9-game losing streak against the Predators? And what do you think about the total?
I kind of lean draw in this game. I think this line's about right, it being a pick 'em. Saros has kind of struggled a little bit as of late, or in this season in general, he's not been very good. So, and Sorokin definitely has the goalie advantage. I was kind of looking ahead at the schedule for the Islanders when we might see Ken Appleby, the backup right now, get into a couple games, because the Islanders have 9 games until the All-Star break, and I think Sorokin starts 7 of them. I think they can get Appleby in on the 19th in Chicago, and I think the Wild may luck out on the 15th, and they put Appleby in for the 15th, and they save Sorokin for the Jets on the 16th on the back-to-back. So that's something I was kind of looking at there, where that's where you might see Sorokin not start with Varlamov out for a couple of weeks. So that's something to keep in mind. I definitely see Sorokin starting tomorrow, though. I don't have too much of an interest in the side. I think that this game should be a pick 'em. And I have this game priced around a 6. So I think that 6 number is about right. So this is a stay off spot for me. I'll watch this game as a fan. Maybe I'll bet the draw, and that's about it.
All right. Going to the chat here. Preds Isles draw. Preds Isles draw. All right. Dallas minus 1.5 live now. You're taking for plus 140. All right. Not gonna wait a little bit and see if it goes up. Hey, best of luck. I mean, it'll be a fade of the returning player or player system bet with the Oats. Yeah, if you believe in that kind of thing. And another reason why I would say no for the Wild. When a star player comes back, a lot of the time players think, "Oh, we can just take a break." Like that's why people fade the returning player, because the team might think that they can just take a break because their star's coming back. There's no way that the Wild are thinking, "Oh, we can take the game off. Kaprizov is back." The Wild have been losing like crazy. They're not going to think that way, so definitely not. I'll wait on the Isles and Preds. All right. Over and draw. All right. Let's go Stars. Let's go over. Give me goals. Preds money line, easy money. I don't know about easy money on the back-to-back, but they have owned the Islanders. So we'll see. 3-3 draw. Love it for my over. And next draw, if he bets it. I'll never bet an Icelander game under ever again. Eventually I don't know.
I think they will be an under team again. I said this in the beginning of the season, though, that their power play was going to increase and they're going to be more of an over team.
I will continue to make money on their overs, though, while they continue to play this way. Who is this Ken Appleby?
He's the backup goaltender right now with Varlamov out.
Yep, I can see a draw. All right. And hi, Terry. Hi, Nick. Hello, Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. How are you?
Nice to see you. We did talk about your Penguins already because they play earlier on.
Very bullish on them tomorrow.
And Nick likes them. So there you go. Take that for whatever you will. But we'll jump on to our next game, which is between the Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. Obviously, Dallas playing right now. Dallas minus 294 to minus 350. Chicago plus 250 to plus 260. 6s and 6.5s. Available in this game here. What teams are playing well right now? Well, isn't going to be any surprise. The Dallas Stars, 4-2-1 in their last 7. Obviously, are playing tonight. 14 of their last 17 games over 6.5. They've been on an over streak. Blackhawks 1-6-1 in their last 8. 1-4-1 to a total of 6. So they've been playing lower scoring games recently. Dallas has won 9 of the last 10 games, covering the puck line, and 5 of the last 6. And 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone over 6.5 between these two teams. And for me, no single plays for me in this one. I do lean with the over. because, hey, we've seen the Dallas Stars be an over machine lately. I do want to see what happens with tonight's game. Obviously, with Auditor starting tonight, that means we'll see Wedgwood tomorrow. So that makes me like the over a little bit more. So I may get to the over in this one. As of now, I'm not. Player props. Well, if the guys hit tonight that have been hitting recently, I will go back to them. Which of course Robertson point, Duchesne point, Marchment point, and Tyler Sagan goal. If those hit, I'll look at them again tomorrow. Nick, Stars, Blackhawks. I know you like to fade Wedgwood. Are you going to take the Hawks or are you going to take an over? What are you thinking for this game?
This is Hawks or nothing. I mean, at this line, at this big of a dog, I think that they're a live dog in this game, as crazy as that sounds. Do I want the Stars at minus 270 on the road on a second half of a back-to-back? Absolutely not. Do I want to back a Stars team without Bedard and without a bunch of their top players? I don't know either. Maybe this could be a spot where you take the Blackhawks plus 2.5 because you could probably get a decent price on that. That may be a decent look there as well. I would like to know what the line is on the 2.5. I don't think I see a line for the 2.5 here. I do not at the moment, but I'm interested to see what it is. See, do they show it here on BetStamp at all? See if there is 2.5s out there. I don't see 2.5. No, I'm curious what actually it's going to be even money for the 1.5. So I think that 2.5 will probably be like minus 160. So probably not. So maybe a team total over. That may be a 1.5 juiced or maybe a 2.5 big plus money. That could be a decent look in this game. I can see the Hawks winning it. That would be my lean in this game.
All right. The Wild are going on the power play, so if you see me freak out, you will know why. But F it, give me Nashville. All right. Oh, God. Dallas Hawks, first period, both teams to score. Okay. Blackhawks money line, first period and first full game over. All right. Dickinson point or anytime goal versus his former team. He and Colin Blackwell are owning points for Blackhawks this month.
Yeah.
That's true. I should look at Stars props. I mean, I should look at Blackhawks props, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Nobody's really been consistent. But you wouldn't expect any Blackhawks to with their current roster. Blackhawks at home ordeal. How about minus 310 Stars money line on FanDuel, Nick? Do you like that?
No.
I will never
advocate to lay that much juice ever.
Yeah, he knew that. He was just trying to get a reaction out of you.
I know.
If it's Soderbaum, then pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that too.
Over, says Fernando. I like that too. That's likely where I'll get to if I get to anything in this game. I can't wait to watch this full show again tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, you can hit rewind and watch this show again.
Let's go Stars, says Richie. Stars puck line, says Fernando. Around minus 120, so not too bad of a price. But we will jump on into the next game, which is between the Boston Bruins and the St. Louis Blues here. Boston minus 170 to minus 180. St. Louis Blues plus 142 to plus 150. Sixes. It does look like there is a 6.5 available as well in this game at FanDuel. How these teams have been playing recently? Well, Boston's lost 3 in a row in overtime. So that's kind of interesting. Going to overtime in 3 straight games. 5-1-3 overall in their last 9. Over 6.5 in 6 of their last 8. The Blues 8-4 in their last 12. 1 over, 4 under, 2 pushes for a total of 6. These teams, when they faced each other in the past, Boston's won 4 of the last 5. 2 of the last 3 went to overtime. So we have seen overtime between these teams in the past, and we're seeing overtime between Boston now. When it comes to total, 1 over, 5 under, and 3 landed on 6. So this has been a lower scoring history. Again, for me, no single plays. I do have a single play in the final game, and then obviously my parlay at the end. But for this game, I'm sure Nick is going to be on the Blues because look at the big plus price you're getting with the Blues at home, and I can see that. And I'm not taking the Bruins, but I just feel like 3 overtime losses in a row. I feel like the Bruins can win this game, but it would have to be a parlay piece or nothing, and I'm choosing nothing right now. Nick, Boston Bruins, St. Louis Blues. I know you've liked betting on this Blues team this year. What do you think about this spot for them?
Blues money line, home dog. And I've advocated for them as a home dog this year to look to back them. They're 13-7 at home this year. They're coming in off of a nice win at home against the New York Rangers as plus 145 dogs. We had them there. We stayed off them against the Panthers, but they beat the Canucks at home. They played a 2-1 game against the Avalanche at home. They lost that game late. They cashed as plus 160 dogs against the Stars at home. They won back-to-back games against the Stars, or they won 2 games against the Stars at home as dogs. They beat the Ottawa Senators. I believe they were dogs in that game at home. This is a team that at home, they are a much better hockey team than they are on the road. And I look to back them when they are at home and a dog, and that's exactly what they are here. I have this game projected with the Bruins around minus 115, minus 120, so I see value here with the Blues. I will be on the Blues tomorrow in this spot. I think this is a good number for them. And the Bruins are not the big, bad, scary Bruins like they have been in the last few years. This is a Bruins team that, yeah, they're still in first place in the Atlantic. I don't think that's for much longer. And this is a Bruins team that doesn't scare me. So I like them as plus money here at home, the Blues in this spot as home dogs.
All right. I knew you would be, and Richie knew too. He says, we all know Nick's on the Blues.
Well,
Yeah,
when they cash like this at home, and also I see value on the number. It's not just me blindly betting them because I didn't see value on the money on the number with the Panthers, so I stayed off. So yeah.
Yeah. If it's Benny, then Bruins puck line. Hoffer, then I don't know. All right. Owen likes Blues plus 1.5 as a parlay piece. I could see that because I do think I do think this is a close game. So could Bruins win in overtime? They haven't recently, but I could see them squeaking out a win. So I could see the plus 1.5 there. Wanted to take the Blues if it's Hoffer, but not really. Okay. Blues money line under and the draw. All right. Pacers Hawks 100 points total already 6 minutes into the second quarter. Wow. There you go. Krug anytime goal sprinkle. And Untouchable says that the Blues also beat the Canucks at home too. So they've been beating teams at home. I see they've been going under, but man, I want that over 6.5 for plus money. Kind of scares me because I can see this game going 2-1. I could as well. Don't mock the Bruins, Nick. They don't take mocking lightly. Yeah, Nick. Come on.
Okay.
Boo, Isaacs. Boo. Cod says Wilder winning 3-1. And I thought he was messing with me, but it's his prediction. Okay. Because I saw Wilder winning 3-1, and I'm like, what? And then, yeah, I saw, okay.
I was like, damn, I should have bet the over.
The game was locked for a moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe there's another power play.
TV timeout.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Okay. Timeout tease, forget it. Yeah, I hate when they do that. But we have arrived at the final we're almost getting to 2 hours. So we'll end right around probably around the 2 hour mark. But we'll look at the final game here, which is between the Calgary Flames. Hold on, I'm slacking. Calgary Flames and the Vegas Golden Knights. Calgary plus 120 to plus 124. Vegas minus 138 to minus 148. Sixes and 6.5s in this one. How these teams been playing recently. Calgary 8-4 in their last 11 games, going over 6.5 in 5 of their last 7. Vegas 3-7 in their last 10. Obviously coming off a win against the Bruins in their last game. 5 of their last 6 games have gone under 5.5. Calgary 6-3 in their last 9 trips to Vegas. So they have won recently in Vegas. 3 of the 5 games went to overtime, and 3 of the 5 games went over 6.5. Looking at player props here, Blake Coleman has a point in 6 of his last 7. Nazem Kadri has a point in 9 of his last 11. Eichel has at least 4 shots on goal in 4 of his last 5 games, starting to shoot the puck a lot again. Stone has a point in 16 of his last 20. But my one play in this game, a player prop, Igor Sharangovich, anytime goal, which is around plus 250. He's got 5 goals in his last 2 games. He scored a hat trick his last game, 2 goals the game before that. Give me Igor Sharangovich at the nice plus price, 250 here, to find the back of the net here in Vegas. This Flames team has been scoring goals recently as well. So I'll take Sharangovich here. Lean with the Flames, but not enough to pull the trigger on this big slate, at least not yet. Nick, final game of the night. What do you think here, Flames and Golden Knights?
Yeah, I like Calgary in this spot. What's the number on Calgary? Because you
Plus
said, yeah,
120 or plus 120.
plus 120. Yeah, I have them as a slight favorite in this game. Keep in mind, though, if they trade Markstrom, I'm not interested in the Flames anymore. I need Markstrom because Vladar and Wolf, I think, are a step down at the moment. So this is one thing where I'm going to put an asterisk, Markstrom, where I'll probably wait for the confirmation for Markstrom before I bet this game. So I know I'm getting the goalie I want. But I'm projecting it to be Thompson. I don't know who else it would be other than Yuri Patura, which if Thompson's available, I think they'll just go with him, especially with the day off today. The Vegas Golden Knights look soft right now. Like that, they look like an easy team to play against. And I feel like they were lucky to get that win against Boston in that spot. And they had like a million power plays and did absolutely nothing with them. I like Calgary as a dog in this game. They've been playing a lot better as of late. They've made me a little bit of money as of late. And I might look to go back to them there if I get Markstrom. So that's kind of where I'm approaching this one.
All right. Yeah, goalies matter here in this one a lot. I agree with that. People that started like the Jets this year are bandwagons. Fuck the Jets. Yes, fuck the Jets. They're dirty and they hurt Kaprizov. Not only last year, but this year as well. I do not like the Jets. I wish them all bad karma. So sorry to any Jets fans. Vegas and the draw. There you go. Vegas Golden Knights go. What?
I was joking. So tell us how you really feel, though.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Vegas got banged up against the Bees. Flame on. Potentially, yeah. Calgary hosting the Father's Trip. Yes, that's something to keep in mind as well. They really showed out in their last game. Vegas in regulation, if anything. All right. Over 6.5 for Nanda Lakes. Vegas's offense hasn't really been there, but the Flames have been playing high-scoring games, so I could see that. Father's having fun playing the slots and craps in Vegas. Potentially, but they'll be at the game, of course. How about another hour? Let's just discuss college hockey. Who will make the
we'll do that on Nerd Talk. I'll be hopping on that once we're done with this show.
Yes, there you go. F the New York Jets. Yeah, F the New York Jets. Jets will choke in the playoffs. Sorry, not sorry.
They probably will.
I will not
Their
be
power
sad to
plays,
see it.
Yeah.
Vegas Golden Knight had the flu illness last week. They're recovering finally. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And yes, we are on Earl Sports Bets and Getting Wild. Earl Sports Bets does not condone parlays. So for people watching, Nick does not condone this parlay, but I'm sure he's going to look at it and not completely hate it either. But I'll take Nick off. My parlay for Saturday, I'm on all these puck lines. I see this a little bit as like an insurance policy here. If one of the puck lines don't cash and they win by 1, I'll cash a plus 354. Give me the hot teams. Give me the Vancouver Canucks, the Florida Panthers, and the Seattle Kraken all on the money line, plus 354 at DraftKings to finish us off. That's my parlay of the day, plus 354 for those 3 teams to continue on their hot play recently. But we'll bring Nick back in. And we will look at the chat here before we head on out. Nerd Talk too vulgar for me. I like it here.
Fair.
Parlay maximum 2 plays, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm willing to go with 3 because, and I could have added Edmonton and gone 4, but no, I kept it at 3. Those are my 3 favorites, so I did the 3. If you only want to parlay the 2 of them, that's fine too. If you want to keep one out, you can do that. The middle one loses. Sorry, the middle one, which was
The Panthers.
Florida. Yeah, Florida. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Give me all the parlays. Yes, Owen likes parlays. Nucks win in overtime along with the Kraken. If that's the case, then my parlay will win. If I don't cash my puck lines, just give me the parlay. Sabres or Jackets will ruin that. LOL. I don't see the Jackets beating the Kraken, and I don't see the Sabres beating the Canucks. But we'll see. Oh, I'm on the Devils. Yes, true. Over for all those games. Yeah, you could parlay the over if you want as well. Thanks again, gents. Best of luck. Yes, thanks. No getting wild for Sunday's games. Well, I think there's only 2 that we talked about. I'm not going to do a show. We'll be doing a show sometime Sunday night for Monday's games, though. So, on my channel, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. And as Nick said at the beginning, no ESB tomorrow morning, but they'll be back Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
There we go. That's it. How much do you put on your parlay, Terry? On that parlay that I put is a full unit play for me. I put a full unit on that. The plus 364. But if you want to put a half unit, I put half units on my draws. But I really do like that parlay a lot. So I got a full unit on it. But that's a show. Best of luck to everyone. And if you like this Saturday look ahead show and you want to see more of it, let us know in the comments. After the show is done, let us know what you thought of the show. And see you guys on the next one. Free day if no ESB. Okay, thanks. And take care all. Yes, take all. Best of luck all.